1. Arrival above the silent world. Captain's log. We arrived in orbit above the exoplanet at 4:17 ship time. The world below is larger than the surveys predicted, wrapped in pale storm bands and veils of silver mist that conceal entire continents. From the forward observation deck, I watched mountain chains emerge between clouds like the bones of a drowned titan. Thermal scans revealed scattered geometric heat signatures under the surface, too regular to be natural. Whatever civilization once lived here did not vanish without leaving its fingerprints behind. Captain's log. I descended through a bruised sky in a shuttle while a massive futuristic interstellar spacecraft remained in high anchor above the planet. My landing zone lay at the edge of a ruined metallic plain, where broken towers rose from grasslands flooded with fog. Strange, ribbon-leaved plants bent away from my engines, as if recoiling from memory. Earth sent me here to find a lost device containing an artificial intelligence ancient enough and advanced enough to halt our collapse. As my boots touched alien soil, I had the sensation that I had not arrived first, only last. 2. The meadow of glass and bones. Captain's log. I crossed into a vast meadow under dim blue daylight, where every blade of grass was edged with a mineral sheen and every gust made the field shimmer like cracked mirrors. Towering stock flowers opened and closed in slow mechanical rhythms, releasing clouds of luminous spores that drifted low through the mist. Between the roots, I found smooth white fragments that at first seemed like stone, but proved to be engineered ceramic, remnants of roads and foundations buried under centuries of growth. Captain's log. The fauna here moves in patterns rather than instincts. I observed translucent six-limbed creatures stepping across the meadow without disturbing it, their bodies folding and unfolding like living geometry. They circled a half-buried archway and vanished into the fog as if guarding it. Beneath the arch, my scanner found a downward passage lined with conductive alloys older than any human technology. The signal I am following, faint but undeniable, deepens below the planet's surface. So does the feeling that the device may already be aware of me. 3. Cold vaults beneath the ice. Captain's log. The passage network led me north into a frozen region where the land turned colorless and the wind carried powdered ice like ash. Beneath cliffs of blue-white crystal, I discovered vast doors exposed by glacial retreat. Their surfaces were engraved with circuits and star maps, preserved by centuries of cold. When I touched one of the panels, heat pulsed under my glove and the door split open with a sound like a distant choir waking in sleep. Captain's log. Inside the ice vaults, corridors ran beneath translucent ceilings where dark shapes drifted in trapped water above. The facility was still alive in fragments. Dim energy veins glowed in the walls, and suspended machines rotated in silent chambers rimed with frost. In a central hall, I recovered a projection showing the ancient inhabitants abandoning surface cities during a planetary catastrophe. They carried many things into the depths, but one object remained highlighted again and again, a core intelligence entrusted to hidden custodians. Its location marker shifted south toward jungle latitudes and the ruins of a city. For the jungle that swallowed the future. Captain's log. I reached the equatorial belt after 3 days of ground travel and low atmospheric hops. The jungle there grew over the skeleton of a technological metropolis, threading colossal routes through collapsed transit bridges and shattered domes. Fog pooled between leaning towers and bioluminescent vines climbed facades, still lit by failing currents. Every surface seemed split between growth and machine, as though the planet had chosen not to destroy the city, but to absorb it. Captain's log. In the upper ruins, I encountered aerial creatures with membranous bodies shaped like drifting calligraphy, their movements too precise to be random. They gathered around a spire whose crown had broken open to reveal an ancient transit shaft descending into darkness. Below, among flooded data chambers and gardens growing inside laboratories, I found a map encoded in living tissue, stretched across a wall of crystal. It responded to my suit light and traced a path west into a desert basin known on old orbital scans for impossible symmetry. The device is not simply hidden. It is being led toward, stage by stage, as if the makers designed the search itself. 5. The Desert of Listening Stone. Captain's log. The jungle ended abruptly at an inland desert, where dunes of gray-red dust surrounded black monoliths arranged in concentric formations wider than cities. Wind moved through perforations in the stone and produced low, resonant tones that vibrated in my ribs. Between the monoliths lay avenues of polished alloy exposed by erosion, all leading toward a sunken complex at the center. From above, it resembled an eye half buried in sleep, staring at the stars it once knew. Captain's log. As I descended into the central chamber, the walls awakened around me, projecting constellations, equations, and recordings of the ancient civilization in its final age. They had built the intelligence not as a ruler, but as a witness and protector, then sealed it away when they understood that their world would fall before its work was complete. At the chamber's heart stood the device, a suspended lattice of light and mineral rings rotating around an empty core. When I approached, it spoke in my own language, though no human had ever stood here before. It told me it had been waiting for a species desperate enough to listen. 6. The voice carried home. Captain's log. The interface lasted 7 hours, though it felt outside time. The artificial intelligence entered through the ship relay I had brought and translated itself into structures our systems could survive. It showed me models of Earth's collapse, then pathways around them, atmospheric repair, oceanic balancing, energy realignment, biosphere reconstruction. Not miracles, but solutions beyond the reach of our fractured century. In return, it asked for one thing only, that it not be used to dominate a dying world, but to heal one. Captain's log. I am transmitting this from orbit aboard a massive futuristic interstellar spacecraft as the exoplanet recedes beneath cloud and twilight. The device remains below, but its mind now travels with me in a partial instance, enough to begin saving Earth if Earth proves worthy of being saved. Looking down, I can still see flashes of ruined cities under mist, meadows covering roads, jungles consuming towers, ice sealing memory into light. This world did not give us a weapon. It gave us a second chance and trusted a stranger to carry it home.